Hey up, my name's John.
Hi, my name's Johnny, and today we are checking out the brand new plugin, the Graviton bass amp from STL Tones. Skin and eyelashes in my glasses. That's a great start to a video, isn't it? Woo! So, STL Tones, well renowned for making fantastic plugins for not just guitars, but now bass as well. Those of you that are familiar with them will know about their Amp Hub, which is a monthly subscription, around $10 a month, to get a whole plethora of amps and pedals right at your fingertips when you're writing music. Before I go any further, obviously, I'm just going to mention that STL have actually provided me with this plugin and the whole suite of amps to play with to coincide with the release of the Graviton. However, that doesn't mean that my opinion is going to be any different. I'm just going to say what I think because I'm an honest guy and my opinions cannot be bought. Really, really nice to send me this plugin. So thank you so much to the guys at STL Tones. So that's out the way. Let's crack on. The Graviton is their brand new bass plugin, finally catering for us bass players. Their plugin looks fantastic. Sometimes on the HX Stomp, you got to kind of look really close or look it up to see what exact amp it's modeled after. But actually, these make it really, really simple. You know, that's an orange. Those are Marshalls. That is a dual rectifier. It is really easy to work out what is what. So I opened up to see what the bass amp was. Wasn't really sure at first. It looks a bit like a dark glass with the way that it's set up and the writing on it and the dots. Looks very classy. But then the overall design of the head and shape of it looks more ampeggy. Let me know in the comment section down below what amp this reminds you of aesthetically. So what makes me lean towards thinking it is more kind of dark glass voice is the features that it comes with, which is a split channel bass amp, which is so useful. When you're cranking up the distortion, you can have this thick, meaty, girthy tone without losing all of your low end because you've got that retained in the clean signal and you're just mixing in a drive signal from the amp itself, which is, you know, really exciting and a great idea for their first bass amp. So like I said before, this comes as part of that monthly subscription. If you already own the Amp Hub suite, then you can purchase this bass amp to go with it for $49 to $59. So it's hard for me to really explain some of the features without having it in front of me. And so I'm going to do that as part of the demo. So let's jump straight in, not waste any more time, and have a listen to what this sounds like. We're using the Yamaha BB434 with both pickups on and the tone all the way on. So this is how the DI sounds. Pretty nice. Let's open up the beast itself. The plugin looks amazing. You click the name of it to go through all of the amps. We've got here loads of different guitar amps, and it's what I really like is it's really easy to tell what's what. We obviously got an orange, some Fenders, a Vox, all sorts of dual rectifier, Mesa, and 3 Marshalls across the top. Really, really easy. I assume that's like a EVH. Yeah, Eddie Van Halen. So easy to tell what's what. And down here, we have got the new Graviton, the prototype dual bass amplifier. I say dual because it is got a clean channel and a drive channel, which is great. This amp, by the looks of it, it's kind of indistinguishable. It kind of looks Ampeg-esque with the grill down here, but not really at all. I'd say it's more dark glass inspired with these dots on here and the fonts on there and the fact that it's got 2 channels as it comes. Here we go. Ha 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 ha, it's not turned on. Sounds pretty good. Sounds a bit low in the old volume department at the minute, but so before we delve into all these settings, let's just take a look at the cabs. I'll explain what I've got set up here. So on here we have got, really interesting, we can have 2 speakers here. We can choose the blend between what's going on between these two. So here we've got a 610 Ampeg inspired amp. I don't really know why it's gone with a 610 and not like the 810 fridge, but you can choose what microphone you have. I like the dynamic 112. So that's just that speaker. Sounds like this. So let's head over back to the amp. Now, like, it looks fantastic. Like, all of the amps on here look amazing. Super easy to use. One thing that isn't too clear, I didn't think straight away, was, you know, what's the clean channel and what's the drive channel, because it says clean drive here, but it's kind of just under these knobs. And I know the little dots here mark that maybe, okay, this is the clean channel, and then, okay, all of these are the drive channel, and then this is the master. I could see that now, but I just don't think that that is the most, it's not the clearest. But let's get into it. So at the minute, it's the blend here is set between 50% drive and clean. Let's concentrate on just 100% clean at the minute. So that sounds like this. We've got a massive volume for the clean, and then there's just this emphasis knob. Now if we have it all the way on the lows, all the way on the highs, sounds like a good solid tone. But it's not really jumping out at me. It's not doing anything special at the minute, I don't think. This emphasis knob is effective, really effective, but when we go over to the lows, it's just all lows. Going over to the highs, it's just all highs. I would quite like this 3-band on the clean channel, you know? I want a little bit more highs in there. But then you're losing some of the low end. So actually, we're probably better off leaving it in the middle. And then moving over here, we've got a thick and sharp. Sharp, I like to think of it as you're cutting through the mix. So if we on it 50% off, just take a second here, roll off that back pickup. That's actually a great vintage sounding tone. Anyway, enough of that. Let's whack it back up. That is giving me that bit of presence. That presence that we want. And the thick does the same for the low end. Personally, I just like them both up all the way. Balance all the way down. Still trying to work out what this balance knob does. Leave a comment down below letting me know, because what are we balancing between? So that is the clean channel. We've just got a boost on the bass and the treble there, and then these left in the middle. Let's boost the highs a little bit more maybe. Cool, it's pretty cool. It's got a good slap tone as well. Let's move on to what we're all here for, which is the drive channel. If we had this just running completely clean, I would typically do something like this. I wish all amps had a clang knob on it. That is just like built for me. It's just adding a little bit of presence. enough messing about. Need that bridge pickup in there, I think. Let's see what monstrosity this sounds like. Actually, when you boost up those mids, just take them out. Get a nice mid growl. Stop blending it in, shall we? Now I want a mid control here. I want to be able to control what mids are going on with that clean tone, because let's just roll it off of the dirty. That clean tone is still too like pokey for me. I want that more subtle. You know, I could roll the volume of the clean down. Now we're talking. Let's whack the clean volume up and blend in a bit more of the drive. If we roll back some of the gain. Now this is nice. This is a nice clean tone, actually. It's just got a bit of growl to it. We've had a bit of a look at this. Now we can add some pedals in here, of course. There are loads of pedals that we've got in here. Mostly overdrives and distortions, from tube screamers to rats and plumes by Earth Shatter or Earthquake devices. We've got a metal zone. Let's go over to the test one, which I've set up. So here are the amp settings that kind of I preferred, and that sounds like this. Now what this is doing, you can see all the settings on here. It's actually mostly in the clean tone, but I've got more emphasis on those lows. And I've got the mid and the treble all the way up. The drive channel by itself. Clean channel. Blend the two together. Really nice and clangy. Now in the pedals here, I've actually got some other stuff going on as well. We've got a bit of compression in there. Without the compression, let's take all the effects off. So with just the amp, sounds like this. Add the compressor. Just tightening things up a little bit and giving me a little bit of a boost. And then what is actually doing not a lot of the heavy lifting, but is bringing this amp to life. And I think it's essential that you pair it up with this stuff. Is this 10-band EQ that we've got in here. Really, really nice. I've got kind of a bit of a smiley face going on, but a big boost on the treble. One thing I found is that obviously with the clean tone, I want to have it so it's nice and punchy, but not, I feel like I'm sacrificing more of the highs, even with the clang and the sharp up. So this is just adding, look at this boost here, 16K, massive. And a bit of a scoop down here to give it that kind of more Sans amp kind of sound. So without it, but with the compression. Add it in. Take that one down a little bit. Nice. I'm a fan of that. Interesting, I've got the plumes in there just on the clean channel. Let's add in the plumes. Getting carried away. This sounds awesome. I just realised I'm just kind of hovering around these 4 notes, but I guess it's consistent, right? We've got effects in here as well. Reverb. There's another compressor down here. I'm not going to mess around with that one though. Let's add in like, I don't know, chorus. Those effects sounds so nice, I think. Whack the plumes on with that chorus. I really like this plumes pedal. I kind of prefer the plumes pedal over the drive channel maybe. So I gave some of my thoughts in that demo and I just thought I'd sum them up at the end here. The function of an amp sim is to simulate an amp. And actually I think this does a really good job of giving you a real amp sound. I don't think it sounds too digital. I don't think it sounds fake in any way. The distortion channel, whilst I think the distortion channel sounds nice, I think it could go a little further. I wish it was a bit more modern sounding for this kind of amp. When you're wanting to blend in that clean tone, I think that really fits in well when you've got a really modern dark glassy kind of sound. If this is modelled after a dark glass, I don't think it really gets that sound so much. But then again, I always think that dark glass distortions always take over the clean tone too much and aren't transparent enough. So maybe it's good that it's not too modern. Personally, just for my taste, I thought that I achieved a slightly better distortion sound using the plumes pedal, and with that it's just an on and off, so you can keep the clean tone where it is, whereas if you want the amp to be clean, you've all the way to clean and then kind of remember where you had it. So being able to just do it in one click would be really handy, I think. And also what I said in the demo about the way that you control the high and low end in that clean signal. I wish there was more parameters that split up as opposed to just a balance and a blend between highs and lows. Because when you're moving over to the highs, you're taking out the lows and vice versa. Although you have a clang knob, the bright knob and the thick knob. I mean, who doesn't want a thick knob? Why does every video have to just go down to knob jokes? I think despite having all of those up, I was still wanting a bit more clang and a bit more presence out of the clean tone. And I was using the Yamaha, which has relatively new strings on it, so I'm able to achieve a clangy tone normally. I would just wish we had another control for a bit more presence, or that you could turn it up to 11, you know, and go that little bit further. If you already own Amp Hub, that extra $50–60 is not much, considering you're getting this whole bass amp, which, you know, would just really help you out. If you're going to pay the £10 a month, you get all of the effects in there as well. And I had a brief play in the demo. I think they sound fantastic. And I've only just scratched the surface with the guitar tones as well. Now this is a bass channel, so we're not going to go too much into the guitar tones. Having a quick fiddle with it, I was able to get some tones that I was enjoying, and I know that if I spent even more time with it, I could really dial them in and get them exactly how I want them to sound. So there you have it. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this plugin. I think it sounds really good. You're getting a real amp sound, but maybe some of the features could be improved in a version 2 or any other bass amps they bring in. I'd be really interested to see what they do next. The day of release of this video is when the plugin is out, so it is out now. So click the link in the description to go and check it out and pick one up for yourselves. Like the video, ring the bell, leave a comment, subscribe, all of that jazz! Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.